Well, hello YouTube. It's NC Jester with episode 14 of the Bath City Save, and here we are getting ready to bring you up to date on some things, show you some changes we made in the side, and do a couple overviews of some matches and then a live com. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro music. Well, I'll tell you, after the last start we had on episode 13, I decided I'm not going to show you any pictures or anything today. We're just going to get right in and look at what we've got to show you here with Bath City. We are going to go ahead and first I'm going to show you some transfers I did. A couple things I guess kind of may have caught some people off guard. First thing, this was back in January. George Rigg has a lot of potential for us. I'll show you the scout report we had on him. He was a young guy, but if you look, he was 7th on my midfielder list. He started complaining, wanting first team soccer. I couldn't give it to him. So he left. He went to Barwell, and he's got first team football, and he's being paid 1,500 pounds a month. So I wasn't willing to pay that to him. And if you kind of look at his history, he was with us 2016, 2017. He never seemed to kind of make his way in with us anywhere. A lot of potential, but just wasn't really going to fit in with us. So the other one I made was Chaz Hemmings. Chaz Hemmings, once again, was a guy that was kind of way down the depth chart list on us. Wanted a lot of money. Didn't look like we were going to see much growth in him, and we were paying him £1,100 a month, and he was my third and fourth midfielder. So we got an offer from Dartford for him, and when they made the offer to us, I said, well, they wanted it on a free. I thought, well, it says he's worth £1,500. Let's see if we can get £1,000 out of him, and it worked. We got £1,000 for him. It looks like since he's went over there, he's actually been suspended for one match for being sent off. So we ended up getting £1,000 for him, and it really didn't hurt the side that much. So you can see I brought quite a few transfers in. Kieran Morris came in from Worcester on a loan. We brought in Faisal Hamadi, Sapta Ismajay, Franz. Well, I'm not even going to try that. Neil McManus from Matlock, which we sent back. Carl Martin, Richard Bryan, and Thomas Shepard. Thomas Shepard was the one that I just brought in. I was really kind of pleased to get him. He's a young guy. He's 19. But I realized I didn't have any really good depth in strikers, so looked at him, looked at his potential, and I thought this was going to be a good signing for us. He's can play advanced forward or poacher for us or target man. He needs to work on his crossings, and he can only play one place, but we're working with him to get him up. As soon as I got him in, he got hurt, so that kind of threw us for a loop. But let's kind of see where we're at right now. When we last left you, we lost 3-1 to Margate, and I told you I was going to decide either Ebbsfleet or Dartford based off of where they at in the table, and I'll show you that, and then I kind of see where we're at. Dartford right now is sitting 5th on 51 points. Ebbsfleet is on 3rd on 54 points. We are sitting top of the table with 62 points out of 30 matches, goal difference of 26. So I've decided we're going to live com the Ebbsfleet match, but before we do that, we're going to take a look, and I'm going to show you what happened here with Weston Supermar. We played that away. It was not a great match for us. Andrew Elcock went in. He got booked in the 57th minute. If you look at the ratings, none of the guys really played that well. But Nabi Diallo got a penalty kick for us in the 3rd minute, and it was pretty much boring after that. So I'm not even going to really show you any highlights from that. It was a pretty level match statistically. So I have to say that I was pleased with how we came out with that. Manny Mott came out with player of the match. So it looks like I've kind of solidified that back line, but I've run into some problems. Some of the guys are starting to complain about having first team soccer, first team football. Sorry about that. So I've had to make a couple of adjustments. We then go to Truro, play them at home, and this one we played a little bit different tactic on it. I still kept the 4-2-3-1. Fleetwood got a goal in the 40th minute. Ismajali I put in to play as the midfielder because he was complaining about that. He got a beautiful goal. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then we got our third one was an own goal scored by Truro. They did draw one back, and they started back actually on the lead in the 26th minute, but we pretty much controlled it from that point on. Frankie Artis had a phenomenal match for us. He was ended up rated at 9.0 with 2 assists. For what I really like to see out of the side, really solid performance all the way around. So give me just a second. We'll take a look at those 2 goals that we got and kind of let you see how it played out. And you can see, like I said, Month gets this, plays it beautifully down there to Artis. Artis hits Fleetwood coming through there. He splits the defenders, pulls the keeper out for a beautiful shot there. I mean, and then he does a little flip there. Gotta love that thing. Month is going to throw it into Artis. Artis is going to clear it up to Marshall. Marshall pushes it out to Carl Martin, who crosses it back in. Diallo gets it, pushes it over, and there's that little back heel from Frankie Artis to Ishmael. What a shot there. I mean, that is just his debut goal. Wonderful. Love to see. We then travel to St. Albans. We're sitting top of the table. They're 13th. And we just get one of those crappy matches. We start out. Ishmael has a beautiful goal in the 29th minute. Then they draw one back in the 62nd. We pull ahead 2-1 in the 63rd. And then Junior Morris draws it level in the 68th. Sloppy match all the way around for us. You can see all the yellow cards that were issued. There were a total of 6. There were 28 fouls in the match. It was just an ugly match. We still held on to top position. I'll go ahead and show you those highlights real quick. Let you guys see the goals on those, and then we'll kind of go from there. We're going to try another camera view on this one. Tell me which one you guys like. This here is going to be Rail, and let's see how they go on this. They got a throw in. We get out and get possession of it. Fleetwood gets it, does a beautiful crossover there to Nabi Diallo. He pushes it down the right side, comes along, crosses it in, and Ishmael gets a beautiful shot there in the corner of the goal. I'm really pleased with how they set that thing up. Hunter does this, we across, and we just lose possession of it. They get us on the counter, a 2-on-1. You know this is going to end badly. The keeper comes out and gets played out of position, draws it up, 1-1. We're going to turn around on our next possession. We're going to quickly get them on the counter, on the attack there, push it out to Month. Month pushes it into Frankie Artis and to Ishmael again. The thing I have to watch with him, he likes to get cards. And Shaquille Hunter pushes it into Marshall. Fleetwood turns around, pushes it back out to Nabi Diallo, back over to Carl Martin, and Hunter gets a beautiful header in there into the corner of the post. 14th goal for him. I thought that was it. 63rd minute, I thought, okay, we can ride this thing out, but we get a foul. They do get a free kick, and they're down in front of the goal. 68th minute, I can't seem to get them cleared out of there. Turns around once again. O'Leary being gone is hurting us. I mean, I'm not gonna. There's no other way to say it. I really messed up when I lost him, but we're still sitting top of the table. I can't complain about that. So here we are. Getting ready to play Ebbsfleet. As I said, we're sitting top of the table on 62 points. Ebbsfleet is sitting in 3rd position on 54. So even if we lose this one, which seems to be the way things go with us when we're playing a live com, we're still going to maintain our top spot, but it's only going to, if Chelmsford can win, it's only going to be by 1 point. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up, and we will get started with this. All right, here we go. We're looking at the formation we're going to be using. I'm going to be using a 4-4-2. I know I normally use a 4-2-3-1, but I think after seeing what the pundits were saying and kind of, I'm starting to think the AI can figure out some of our strategies and stuff. So I'm changing to a 4-4-2 for this match. I think this is going to be a tough match for us. I got Phillips in goal, and Martin, Franz, Hamadi, and Manny across the back. Hunter, Artis, Billy Murphy, and Nabi Diallo as my midfielders, and Fleetwood and Watkins up front. They're going to be playing a 4-4-1 with Gossage, Connors, Winfield, Wilkinson, and Dehaney across the back, Daly, Lewis, and Powell in the middle, and Cook, and Deering and Carr up front. So let's go ahead and get our opposition instructions and the team talk out of the way, and we'll join you back for this match. All right, we've given them their instructions, and we've got the team talk out of the way. It didn't go quite as well as I wanted it to. We've only got 4 that reacted positively to it, but the morale is doing really well, so I can't be surprised if I don't have a massive shift in it. So let's go ahead and get these guys out on the pitch and get this thing started. I did decide to go with a standard mentality on this in a fluid formation. So we're going to see how this thing works out with us. I'm really concerned about this one. The pundits are saying that we're going to lose, and they may have something on this. So let's go ahead and make sure. I want to change this to director from rail. Looks like we had the early kickoff there, but we did have 1 shot, but it looks like it was not. That we've had 2, but all of them off target. We've got possession there. They're going to strip it from us. Looks like they're going to come through here. I don't like the way this is setting up. Cook has got some speed. Thank goodness it's wide there, because we couldn't keep up with his speed coming through there. And once again, they're going to get. This is not looking good for us. Deering's got it, pushes it back to Lewis, back to Powell, back to Lewis. Come on, guys, put some pressure on them. They're toying with us. Yeah, this is not looking good for us. There they go. He's gonna score. No, he misses. But what are we doing back there? It's okay. Hold on, just a second. Yeah, they're supposed to be working the ball into the box. I mean, that's kind of bothering me. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get assertive with them. I want them to tighten up here. Come on, guys. Okay, here we go. Man, it looks like, except for the few times they've had shots on us, this has been really boring. No major problems that I can see anywhere, but I'm going to go ahead. Let's tell them to keep their head up. I'm happy with how things are going, but I think we can win this thing. Let's go ahead and start this second half. I hate the mentality, the idea of playing for a draw. We've only had 1 shot on target, which is kind of bothersome to me. Here, true, that didn't look good for us. He is a speedster. Daniel Carr, we see that he has. Yeah, we need to make sure we're marking him, because he is getting way too much open space coming down through there. And once again, it looks like nothing much is going on. Yeah, this is one, I hate to say I was kind of playing for a draw with this thing, but if that's the way it comes out, I have to say I'm happy, because they're saying that we weren't even going to win this thing. And Frankie Artis is getting a booking. I don't like that. I mean, at some point, let's go ahead. All right, I'm going to do this. This is probably going to be a huge disaster, but let's go ahead and go with our 4-2-3-1. Let's see if we might be able to pull something out of this thing. This may turn around and bite me in the ass, but we're going to give it a shot here. No. We're in stoppage time. This is probably going to be the last highlight. Fleetwood's bring it down, and he loses possession. I think that's been kind of indicative of the whole match for us. We've not even made a highlight here. At this point, let's just pull a draw out of this thing. Don't tell me this is going to backfire. Well, Hamill's got it. Monty's going to push it up. Fleetwood, and lose possession again. Wow. Well, at least it wasn't a loss. They played well. I'm not going to complain about that. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of give them. I think they played well. I mean, we were supposed to lose this thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at these final stats. 14 shots on R9, 3 on target to R1. Possession, they controlled it. But here we are, 31 matches played. We're still 4 points on the lead. So I think that we got to say that we're pleased with this. So let's go ahead and leave this thing, and we'll see where we're going to end up next. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule here. 2 draws. I'm not happy with that, but Dartford, we're going to take a look probably down here around Wealdstone. Let's take a look and see where they're at in the table. Now they're 13th, somewhere down around in this region down here. Wealdstone, Maidenhead. Maybe we'll do that Maidenhead match. See where they're sitting at. Maidenhead 7th, so maybe around that Maidenhead match in that region right there. We'll be coming back, and we'll do that one, and then it looks like we're going to finish up here at Chelmsford, our final away match. So I think that's kind of how things are going to be playing out for us. Well, that's the end of episode 14. Once again, we didn't get the result we wanted on camera. I guess it's not just going to be our day. Hopefully we can get something where you guys can see us actually win a match. I am saying that I'm pleased with where we're at here. Episode 14, we're still holding on to that top spot in the table. We were only projected to be 15th. So, folks, if you like what we're doing here and you have not done so, go ahead and hit a subscribe down there for me and see how I'm doing with this thing. If you really like what we did here, go ahead and hit a follow there or a like on there for me. And either way it goes, folks, we hope we see you back for episode 15 here of Bath City.